Okay, it's time for Screenwriting's Top 5. Drew and Gary, and the topic of this week is our top 5 movies that we had high hopes for, but at the end of the day, we left the theater or left the couch disappointed. All right, Drew, let's get to it. I'll kick it off with my number 5 on the Tanguay list. A Million Ways to Die in the West, Seth MacFarlane. Ted was awesome. I even liked Ted 2. This movie, I was so disappointed because MacFarlane, listen, he's an acquired taste. I understand that. Not everybody loves Family Guy. I get it. But he had been batting 1,000 up until this movie, and I thought it was really going to hit, and it wasn't, unfortunately. All right, number 4 is Vanilla Sky. I've touched on that one before with you. I love Cameron Crowe. Again, high expectations. I've watched this movie, and I've tried to talk myself into liking it because it's Cameron Crowe. Almost Famous is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's terrific. It generally, Crowe does great stuff. Jerry Maguire, for example. But this just missed. Blonde, which Ana de Armas was phenomenal in. Great acting. Hard movie to watch. Painful. Not a lot of hope. I mean, the poor woman, Norma Jean, Marilyn Monroe, I just felt bad for her the whole time. I mean, I had to watch this in sections. It was like 2 or 3 sections I had to watch this. That's how tough it was for me. But De Armas was great. She's definitely worthy of a nomination. But the movie itself was just not enjoyable. Probably too truthful. Number 2, Porky's 2. I know. A prime example of sequels that don't work. Porky's 1.
How could it hold up to Porky's?
I know. The first Porky's was phenomenal. It is without question one of the funniest, bad, stupid, moronic, juvenile movies of all time. Now, Porky's is not in the same. It should not be mentioned in the same breath as Animal House. It's a poor man's Animal House. The Natural, which some people just talk about as poetry. Oh my God, it's so over the top. You know, Hobbs hits the ball into the lights, and the lights explode and come down. I mean, he's got the wound in the side, and I can't. I just overrated. The Natural for me, number 1. All right, bud, what do you got?
I'm gonna go new to old. 1917. I love Sam Mendes, but I was really looking forward to this movie. Another war movie, going to be gritty. I thought it was going to be the Saving Private Ryan of World War I. It wasn't. It was kind of kept going on, and I just didn't love it. Another war movie, Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan. You know, I'm a World War II buff. I love the whole thing with Dunkirk, what actually happened. You know, that God came down and saved the universe because, you know, if Hitler kept going, he wiped out the British army, and you know, the world's different. But yeah, I didn't like Dunkirk.
It was a little slow. It lacks.
Slow is a good word. It didn't have the urgency of the actual Dunkirk.
Right.
Sticking with Christopher Nolan, Inception, the only movie you and I have ever been to together. I walked out, like a half an hour into it. It's like, you got to be kidding me. I'm supposed to swallow this stuff? No.
And I thought it was me. All these years, I thought it was me.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't bathe that day. In the same vein, The Matrix. Oh, please, God, no. You know, oh, we got to take the red pill and the blue pill. It's all mad. Oh, no, this is all a game. This is all, you know, whatever, simulation. No go. And the number 1 for me is, I think, probably a lot of people's number 1, and it's Godfather 3. Because Godfather 1 was phenomenal. Godfather 2 may have surpassed it. Godfather 3 didn't hold up. And I like Andy Garcia. I think they just went to the well just one more time.
Well, I mean, Francis needed money for the vineyard, right?
Yes, I'm sure that's what happened.
Well,
yes.
That's what I read. That's what I heard. That's why they made it. He needed money for the grapes to make the wine. We should do a show on this someday. Godfather 2 is perhaps the greatest sequel of all time.
Yeah, without question.
I mean, it's over 3 hours long, just holds you every bit of the way, advances the story properly.
De Niro, for God's sakes.
I know, De Niro's in it, and brings a whole new light to the background of the family and the way the movie ends when Michael closes the door, Fredo in the boat. I mean, just wow, all the way around. All right, Drew, great stuff as always. Don't forget, check out our episode of Screen Time, streaming movies and everything in between. You can check it out on our YouTube channel Also on Spotify and iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. And we always have our top 5 every week as well. For Drew Yanno, I'm Gary Tanguay. We'll see you again.